Hey y'all, welcome back to my little corner of YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe before you leave and hit that notification bell so you don't miss my next video. Hey friends, we are currently making our way through Seattle as we head to a very special event. Today we're going to learn about an upcoming documentary on the Seattle chapter of the Black Panthers. There's going to be a special panel after the screening, so I'm really excited for this. So let's go check it out. I have never been here and saw this light working to try to slow us down for traffic. Like, we're in the middle of the city. Why are you trying to slow us down for traffic? 1,000 times out of 10, when I come through this way, it's bumper to bumper, it's backed up. So I don't know who that light is supposed to be helping, but it just seems like a hazard, honestly. We are here, friends, at Shoreline Community College.
We were so excited to hear that they were coming to Garfield. Of course, we ran out and bought some Ray-Ban glasses that Stokely used to wear. They had been traveling around the country, giving fiery speeches about this new concept we had never really heard, and that was Black Power.
Around that time, we had been, really inspired and awoken. There's that terminology, it's a new day. That was circulating back then by Stokely a year earlier. First high school BSU on the West Coast at Garfield, became a co-chair of SNCC in Seattle, and that all kind of culminated in us going down to San Francisco State for this West Coast Conference of Black Student Unions. And it's like 1968. The Bay Area is alive. There's revolution is in the air. We didn't even know Bobby was speaking. You could tell that he was angry. And he was angry because little Bobby had just been murdered 2 days after MLK.
Can I ask the tech to just turn up the lights on the house just a little bit, because there's some important people I want to acknowledge as well, and I want them to be seen. As you can see, I'm super excited about everybody that's here, because you could have decided to do something else, and you decided. I am with Meaningful Movies Project. I am honored to be their manager, and Meaningful Movies Project shows films like this to community for free, because we never ever want someone to be turned away because of financial situations. Great things are done by people, ordinary people who rise above and do extraordinary things, and I think you will see that tonight in tonight's film with the Seattle Black Panthers fight for justice and freedom.
Happy Sunday. I'm sorry. I have to say that from where we come from in Seattle and Kent, when we talk to you, you talk back. I know I can't see you, but I can hear you, and I can feel your vibe. This is a different kind of movie experience. To where, if you need to clap, you clap. If you need to snap, you snap. If you need to say amen, say amen. I'm no piece of brittle. My life plays like a roller coaster ride. Every minute emotions change. The thickness of my skin is no reflection of my path, but the path before me. The ancestors, The whips to chains being thrown off the boat hung by a rope. My feet can't dangle in the air. The price has been paid. I ain't got time for fear. Nigga, please get the f out of here. Recognize greatness. The strength in me is stronger than what man can see. On my back, I carry the cross for the ancestors and the slaves. I take the whips for Jesus. I place the spiked crown on my head with ease. I absorb the pressure from the water. My feet aren't planted, they are cemented in purpose. No mirror for the image that is me. My knowledge can't be parted like the Red Sea, so R-E-S-P-E-C-T me. I proclaim, your evilness can't break me. Your fear can't rock me. I'm coming to the table with all my blackness. Light, dark, caramel, midnight, and high yellow. Shit, this world is nothing without me. I'm boxing. And I'm trying to knock myself out because of these social issues and conditions that affect me as a woman, that affect me as a black woman, that affect me as a black person, that affect me as a black human. I'm boxing. And as I wail on the bag, I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm fighting for the power to kick life ass. I'm boxing because this shit hurts. I'm boxing and I'm trying to knock down the pain. I'm trying to knock down the bullshit, the struggle, the hopelessness, the insanity is just trying to do the right thing. I'm boxing. And I'm trying to knock myself out because it has to be easier than going insane or feeling this generational pain. I'm boxing. I'm boxing, and I'm trying to knock myself out because I don't know how to help. Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black women's lives matter. Black queer lives matter. Black youth lives matter. Black men lives matter. Black elders lives matter. Black family lives matter. Black lives matter. I'm boxing. Black economics matter. Black businesses matter. Black education matter. Black justice matter. Black ownership matters. Black arts matter. Black culture matters. Black, and more black matters. I'm boxing. And I'm trying to knock myself out because I'm black and I'm proud.
After those powerful words, we were given the opportunity to watch some excerpts of this upcoming documentary.
The Black Panther Party for Self-Defense is organized now throughout the nation. We are recognized internationally, and we advocate that all black people in America are taught what politics is all about and what our history is all about, so that we can have self-identity and we can know where our strength is, we will know our enemies, and we'll know our friends.
All power to the people. See, usually when I say that at the beginning of a speech or a presentation, most people don't understand why it's important to echo it back, because they really don't understand what it fully means. You see, our deputy chairman in Chicago, who was targeted for assassination, Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton, he used to say what we need is white power for white people, brown power for brown people, yellow power for yellow people, red power for red people, black power for black people. We need all power to the people. And he said what we need is a rainbow coalition. Some of you who have heard that phrase and think that it was Jesse Jackson that created that, it was not. Jesse borrowed that from Chairman Fred. And so we built rainbow coalitions. And that's why when we say all power to the people, it's all of y'all in this room. It's all of us across the country, across the globe. You know, when I speak to all age groups of audiences. In fact, I guest lecture at a university in Finland now. For the last 13 years, I'm a diversity consultant. And when I go into the university there, before I can utter any words about inclusion, diversity, multicultural this or multicultural that, the students want to first hear about the Black Panther Party. See, our reach has always been global. And that's because we have embraced the struggles of all people. Out of my memoir, I didn't know where I would start, so I tried to do something that maybe will capture the essence of what it was like being in the Black Panther Party, being a member of the Black Panther Party, being targeted, because we knew that we were the subject of J. Edgar Hoover's COINTELPRO program, which meant that we were on the murder list. And I'm often asked, were you ever afraid? You see, fear left a long time ago. When I walked by little Bobby's coffin and looked in and saw that there he lay with his leather jacket, his beret, his Free Huey button, his powder blue shirt, the uniform of the Black Panther Party, his coffin draped in a Panther flag. And as I looked in and saw him there at 17, I realized that I was 17. And I realized what Chairman Bobby had told us, the reason why he wanted us to come to the funeral the next day. Because it was at that point, as I looked in, looked at little Bobby, saying that could be me lying there, I realized that I was ready to die for the people. See, people don't really understand what that meant. It's not a phrase, it was not a slogan. It was literal, to die for the people. When Chairman Bobby came to Seattle, you saw my mother there on the screen. She's 99, still feisty. She used to tell a story is that during that time, the phone would ring at midnight or early in the morning. Me and she was on the side of the bed where the phone was. My dad was on the other side of the bed. She answered the phone. When she answered the phone, someone would say, "We're gonna kill those nigger sons of yours tonight." And she said back to them, "Go ahead and try." That's who we were raised by, you see. And so there was no fear. Chairman Bobby came to Seattle and he told us that we needed two things. One, we needed to read twice a day and go to PE classes, that's political education classes, twice a week. Because we had to be able to articulate revolution. You know, often when you see members of the Black Panther Party in some movie that Hollywood has made up, like Forrest Gump, they show images of the Black Panthers and it's like they have no articulation. They can't articulate revolution.
It was truly an honor to sit in the audience and to hear from one of the co-founders of the Black Panther chapter in Seattle. I didn't even know Seattle had a Black Panther chapter. And what's even more wild is that this chapter was established in the spring of 1968. So Seattle was one of the first locations where an authorized chapter of the Black Panther Party existed outside of California. After we listened to Elmer Dixon speak, then there was a panel where he sat on it, as well as a DE&I instructor from Shoreline Community College. We had our poet up there, and then we also had the creators and directors of the film.
I'll explain it by starting with how I got involved in the film. And my dad, he's mentioned it, but when he approached me about the film, you know, he explained it. He was at Seattle Academy, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you were wearing a t-shirt, like a Black Panther t-shirt, and one of the students approached you and said, "Hey, Rick, isn't that like that's like a terrorist group, right?" And you're like, "Oh, no, I gotta have Elmer come talk to you kids," you know. So they did all that, and then you approached Elmer about the documentary, and then from there, Elmer got his brother Aaron. My dad approached me about it. I said, as soon as he said it, immediately I was like, "Yeah, we got to do this," because you know I moved to Oakland back in 2008, grew up in Seattle, and I realized how much history wasn't being told. Like, I knew the Panthers were in Seattle, but growing up in Seattle, I had no clue, because I was born in '83, so I had no clue what was actually, happening before my time. And now imagine my kids. I have a 5-year-old and a 14-year-old son, so imagine my kids, like, they don't even know what Seattle was like in the 90s when the Central was black and the community was way different, before gentrification. So I think for me, even though doing video production and music production and everything like that, I didn't know by this time I would be doing a film like this. But I realized the media, with a lot of stories, they just don't tell the truth, or they don't tell the whole story. And with something like this, I was like, we can't wait for somebody to tell their story. We got to help Elmer and Aaron and all the other comrades get their story out there. And I knew when my dad approached me, we had to do it because, just to be honest about it, they're getting older. And already when we started doing this, Aaron and Elmer gave us a list of people to interview, and already I think 2 or 3 people passed away before we had a chance to interview them. Time's going by fast, and people have their perceptions about Seattle. People have their perceptions about the Panthers. And I just wanted these guys to be able to tell the truth.
And it was just open Q&A. We got to ask them all sorts of questions, which was another amazing opportunity. They fed us from this great food truck here. And then before we all left, you got an opportunity to take a picture with Elmer Dixon and to also get a signed copy of his memoir. So the whole point of this, of course, was to bring awareness, but also the organization that's launching this documentary, they are working to secure funding to fully finish it. So if you are interested in learning more about this documentary, please scan this QR code. If you'd like to donate, this is an opportunity for you to donate as well. Again, I just want to say that I'm so excited to have had this opportunity. I'm also excited to be able to share it with you all. Please, please, please let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Please subscribe to my channel because I have a lot more great things that I'm bringing to you all. And just thank you all again for being here.